nsfw. What is that one thing you want but are convinced you'll never get? Acceptance from the inner voice in my head. I'm not inherently negative or pessimistic, but I constantly look at everything in my life and think, I could do better. I could exercise more. I could eat out less. I could work harder. I could save more. I could spend this time learning a new program, etc., etc. Eventually I calm down and accept that I'm not, but the little voice is always there. It would be nice to find true complacency with that voice to a point where it doesn't become just being apathetic or unmotivated, but rather becoming content with who I am, what I'm capable of, and where I am in my life. It's a work in progress. My goal is to have more positive days than negative, keeping the bar attainable. Going back in time, I'd like to restart my life. All unsaved progress up until this point will be lost. Are you sure? Why? Oh God, yes. The lead role in a play. One I didn't put on for my parents in my living room. I mean, that's funny. I'd like to write a play someday. We'll join our forces. I look forward to being cast as a supporting character with 2 lines. Answers about the universe that I really want to know, like if there's any complex life in the universe and how the universe started. I share this one. Hard to accept I won't be here when humans communicate with alien life. If we do, how old are you? Who knows what advances we'll make in the next 10, 20, 50 years. I'm in my early 30s and I've gone from NES to PS4 and VR, from analog home phones to ubiquitous high-speed internet, and from cars without seatbelts in the back to cars that drive themselves on the highway. We may soon be making breakthroughs that will extend our lifespans, or that will allow us to search the incoming electromagnetic noise in ways we'd never considered before. I'm not ready to give up on finding aliens. Motivation. I don't seem to be able to make myself care about anything. Same every night before bed I tell myself, tomorrow will be the day you wake up early enough to have some peace in the morning, and every day 7 rolls around my alarm goes off and I set it back 15 minutes and then 15 minutes and then 15 minutes and then I've got 5 minutes to get ready for work. Rinse and repeat for the last 6 years of my life. The worst part is waking up before -5 to 6 a.m. and I feel like I could run a marathon. But instead I lay back down and wake up later feeling like trash. There's an app called Alarmy you should try out. I have it set to only turn off when I take a picture of the bathroom sink. You won't be able to snooze. It's great. Terrible. Enough money to live instead of surviving. A job I genuinely enjoy doing. Which sounds when I look at what I do. Software engineer. Probably way overpaid. 30 days PTO every year. Great benefits. I just don't like doing it. Same. I have a great job. Awesome flexibility. Decent pay. Respect. Pretty easy. Not manual labor. Good benefits and time off. Honestly, nothing to complain about. But man, every day I feel my soul being crushed a little bit more while I look out the window at the outside world. I feel terrible complaining about it, but I just don't want to be doing it. Just 11 more years though. My lucky desk job in PTO having self just had this gut punch. You get a window. I feel ya from the depths of my fluorescently lit, cube-dwelling heart. Friends that aren't just online, and a girlfriend. Basically, an offline social life. How much time do you spend online versus IRL? A content, maybe happy life. Yeah, man, I wish I could find happiness in doing what I want to do with my life as opposed to what I have to do. I just feel that suffering immeasurably is what good guys are supposed to do for their families, and there is honor in that, and I do get some happiness from it. I just wish it were enough. But then again, if I lived my life the way I wanted, I'd just stay wasted 24/7 playing computer games. I want to have a family of my own. I really can't imagine a future stable enough for that to happen, but I'm trying. I want children in my future, but not if I can't afford to give them the childhood and life that they deserve. Anything less than I had will not be acceptable. I feel so guilty at the thought of bringing another human being into this. It's awful. I really want to be a regular at a bar somewhere. I want to walk in after a long day, nod to the hostess, sit at my table in the corner, and when the grizzled bartender says, "Hey, Lebanon," the usual, I just nod or say, "Make it a double, Frank." And then I sit there and smoke a pipe and read a book and watch all the bright young things going about the dance of life while the shadows grow long and the candles burn short. won't ever happen. A, because I don't actually want to be an alcoholic's sad sack, and B, because I'm a bit of a foodie and I can't see myself ever being content with one bar or one type of drink. I had that one too. I almost became one when I used to go to this anarchist coop bar where the staff were either friends or acquaintances introduced by said friends. I could use the same as usual thing with my barman friend, but that's just because I verbalized the fact that I always wanted to say that and he humored me. The usual was a glass of my favorite meat in this case. A few days before that bar was due to close, I did another thing I always wanted to do. A round of shooters for the entire bar. Cost me $65 minus $70 IRC. Not too bad. Tequila for everyone as a gesture of thanks for the good times. Retirement. Amen to that. My only real hope is that when the big vapor lock hits, I manage to stumble off company ground so they can't harvest my organs. The what? Love. Sir, you're on Reddit. I'd like to discuss the physical impossibility of your name, Love. A significant other to that extent as well. But even if there was an Insta, I desperately want to just feel like I am loved or deserving of love. To feel like it's okay for me to be here, that someone would want me around because they've seen something good in me. Yeah, that last line killed me. Happiness. Listen, I know this is going to sound crazy, and a lot of people are going to come in here and tell you all these empty platitudes about how happiness will come to you, but here is the truth. The key to happiness is finding a friend, a romantic partner, or a person you are comfortable with because you paid them. Pour some warm water in a cup, and dip your balls in the cup, and have the other person take a straw and blow it into the water. This is called a ball cuzzy, and it is the secret to happiness the oligarchs don't want you to know. If you are a female, work as a substitute, but you will need two people, two straws, or a really big cup with one person who has really strong lungs. I promise you will get through this, and the sun will shine upon you another day. Had me in the first half, not gonna lie. Letter from Hogwarts. A wizard. Ari. I'm a what? Not looking for attention, but a happy life. Peace of mind. I have ADHD. A job that pays a livable wage. Relief from constant pain. The only thing that works is marijuana, but I work in an industry with random tests, so I can't even relax with a joint and enjoy a pain-free weekend. Dependent on where you live, but would you qualify for medical marijuana, and would that exempt you during drug testing? Unfortunately, since it's still federally illegal, most can and will still fire you for failing a test. Medical marijuana does not exempt you from this. Decent mental health. I had finally climbed out of years of depression and general misery, was feeling the best I'd really ever felt in life, suddenly hit with a wave of sane night terrors. I'll wake up to my parents terrified because I'd been screaming and smashing at the walls in my sleep. I can't win. I believe in you, mate. You can do it. Thanks. I need it. A GF. BF. Now kiss. A house. Me too. At the rate I'm saving, it will take another 2 decades for a down payment. Then I will be dead before paying off the 30-year mortgage. This isn't even considering inflation. If I went to another state though, I'd have the down payment now, but I'd be away from my family. Another season of Hunter x Hunter. Everything in the other comments may become true, but not this one. My together. A baby duck. I want a baby duck. Happiness and GF. A job I don't actively hate. A life-saving operation. I have inoperable pancreatic cancer due to its proximity to a major artery. Everyone we have spoken to has dismissed surgery as a viable option. It sucks. Disclaimer: this is childish and not a real thing, but I'd love to have my family's championship belt. We were a family who would gather around and watch wrestling every Monday night growing up. During the week between Mondays we'd have fake fights, crowning so-and-so champion. My older brother usually held the title because he was bigger than me. I finally became champion on a technicality because I pinned him when he was napping one day on the floor. That all ended when my uncle came by and squeezed my while pinning me. He's held the title since 1998, and I tried many attempts to get the title back, but it always ended up with the same result of him squeezing my before pinning me. Bro, order a cup on Amazon and get yourself rematch. I believe in you. A partner. Companionship. I want to hang out with an elephant for a day. Billions of dollars. Would you settle for $1 billion hairs? I don't even know why I want this, but an eye developed by Google. This is dumb, but a Toyota Supra. I remember when I was in high school working a part-time job, they were about $22,000 for a really decent one. Specifically a few black-on-black 6-speed twin turbos at and around this price. Now most of them cost well over $60,000 plus and sometimes even float into the 6 digits depending on mileage. It was attainable back then, but like a lot of 90s cars, the nostalgia factor is coming to bite collectors and fans in the not dumb at all. If I was mega rich with a car collection, you can bet I'd have a bunch of late 90s and early 00 icons. You're gonna pay way more than what those cars are worth for any clean or unmodified example from that era. If I had the money though, I'd still buy them because those were the cars I idolized as a kid. A normal life. I've got some severe mental health problems, but can't afford to get them diagnosed and fixed. On top of that is the fact I've most likely damaged my brain by drugs a couple months back. Half-Life 3. At least we'll have Alex and I can cover my pain with a virtual reality headset. My perfect soulmate. Dude, I used to feel the same way. I stopped looking for my perfect match and tried finding someone fun. My wife and I couldn't be more different. I'm a super nerd who loves expensive toys, documentaries, Star Wars, etc. My wife listens to country music, likes reality TV, and loves football. We have 2 amazing daughters, one nerd and one teenager who likes mainstream teenage stuff. We have a great life even though we're polar opposites and are total soulmates. My point is, your soulmate might not be what you expect. If I was looking for a soulmate instead of someone to have fun with, I would have missed meeting my soulmate. Wanna know more about your expensive toys? A Tesla. I scrimped and scrounged to get by while working to start a small business. Money is coming in these days. Enough to support me getting a Tesla, but not enough to make me confident in my ability to keep it long enough to pay it off. Honestly, being so poor and working so hard gave me a new appreciation for things. By the time I increase my pay enough, I'll probably end up buying something cheaper anyway. There's still the possibility of getting a used one in a few years. Freedom from debt. A house in Vancouver. This one just cracked me up. I wasn't expecting it. I'd love to move back, but real estate prices are so prohibitive that it's funny to see the Andromeda collision. Head into a financial situation where I can literally do what I want. To travel the world. A child. Just grab one. To perform in a WWE ring and have everyone in the crowd boo me because of how dastardly I am. I call it the ultimate troll dream. Being able to be a normal functioning adult who just does what needs to be done and finds joy in life. An apology. I'm sorry. I've always wanted to buy a church. I'd use the back part as a living area. The main part would function as a place for homeless people to sleep in the winter, and a hostel for the rest of the year to make some money. I'm sure it won't happen, but it's a nice idea. True blue happiness. I guess a wife, but first a girlfriend. I had few in the past, but now I don't feel like I will ever have another one.